All right, this lesson is on making data displays, which should be a review for you. The three different types of graphs we will be talking about today are line plots, bar graphs, and line graphs. All right, so making a line plot, the first one. A line plot is defined as a graph that shows the shape of a data set by stacking x's above each data value on a number line. So, for example, if I'm given this situation, suppose your cousin works at Uptown Movie Rental. His manager asks him to keep track of the number of DVDs rented by each customer. Make a line plot to display the data below. So here's our data. So one customer rented 3, one customer rented 5, so on and so forth. We can take all of that data and we can create a line graph. So if you notice, my different data displays are on the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then however many times a customer just checked out one would be described, would be shown here. So for example, there were 5 customers that rented one movie. There were 4 customers that rented 3, only 2 rented 5. You get the picture. All right, the next data display we're going to review are bar graphs. A bar graph is a graph that uses vertical or horizontal bars to display a numerical information. So again, another situation. The principal at Washington Elementary School wants to prepare a data chart to compare the 5th grade classes' test scores with their district scores. So use the following information to create a bar graph. So in this case, I have the district, and then these are different schools. We've got the Cowan School, the Montgomery, Robinson, and Simmons. And then we're given the different data for each subject. So we've got reading, math, and science. So in order to create a bar graph, the example I'm going to show you is one bar graph displaying all 3 of this. You could technically also create 3 separate bar graphs, but in this case it's easier to just put it on one bar graph as shown here. So for example, the district, if you remember the average for reading, so reading is blue, was 75, which is shown here, 75. The district average for math was 78. So that's a little bit above, not quite to 80. And then the district average for science, in this case, was 70, which is shown here. Okay, now I say that we can display them either vertically or horizontally because you can either see a bar graph this way, or if I were to look at it like this, you might also see bar graphs with the lines going across like that. Okay, so either way you will see the data displayed that way. All right, the last type of graph we're going to be reviewing is our line graphs. A line graph is basically displayed as points that represent data values that are connected using segments. This is done very similar to how the bar graph looked with the 2 different axes. But instead of having bars, we're going to have dots with segments connecting each one. So for example, in this case, we're looking at the monthly rainfall for the months of April, May, June, and July. So in April, we got 6 inches, May 3, June 4, and July 1. So that's how you would display it there. All 3 of these types of data displays can be used to answer questions about our mean, median, mode, and range, which I am not going to go into in this video since we've already talked about that. So please come to class with any questions. Otherwise, thank you.